Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do a quick review of the Moto G42 phone which I just recently purchased. This is the Atlantic green one. I think you get two different colors. So the one I got it was the Atlantic green one. I bought it from Jio Mart because basically from Reliance Retail, because they were giving extra 10% discount with HDFC cards, which makes this phone very attractive. You get it for a price range of 9,000 or so. So I have just removed the sellotapes from here, and let's begin with the unboxing and a quick first boot. Rest, the internet is all there for you to find out the different specs. So this is my personal review. Okay, so if I check the initial impression about unboxing, my experience is rather very happy and positive, because this packing is, the sizing of the inner and the outer case is just perfect. So it comes out very smoothly. For most of the other phones and electronic gadgets which we buy these days, it's too hard and it feels as if there's some kind of a vacuum block which stops it from being open. So here I have the phone with an advertising coating provided. So let's see what's there. It comes pre-fitted with a silicone gel cover. Okay, and you have this box, and I'm pretty sure it's got those manuals. Let me see what's there inside this box. Okay, two sets of papers and a SIM ejector tool. Every company now seems to just redesign the loop here, and Motorola has also done the same thing. So I just keep this aside. So this is the user guide. It gives you the specifications of the phone, the different parts, and you can go through it, but I think this is not the right time to go through these basic stuff. I'll keep this aside. And this is the legal, safety and regulatory information which is there. It gives you information about the SAR rating, warranty, everything. Okay, keep this aside. And what else do you have? So there's a fast charger, and mind you, this is USB Type-C, and I come from Realme 3, so I'm upgrading my Realme 3 phone. So keeping that in mind, this was the Realme 3 was the last phone which was using the micro USB connector. So I'm very happy to have this Type-C. I bought Realme 3 4 years back around the same time in April 2019, and it was a very good phone. It still is a very good phone, but hopefully from the reviews I find Motorola should not disappoint me much. Okay, I'll keep this aside. Very simple packing, no frills in it. And if I see inside, is there anything else that I have missed? No. Okay, so that's pretty much all we have as part of the box packing. So most of this stuff I'll keep it aside. What we will retain is, okay, charger, we can keep it aside. That's our phone. So it's a 6.4 inch phone which was released in June last year, and its weight is around 175 gram. Doesn't feel too heavy, and even with the silicone cover it doesn't feel that heavy. And you have the 50 meg camera, a quad pixel camera, and the LED flashlight over here. It is protruding slightly from the main body, so just be very careful not to keep it on any surface and just rub it across, because you may have this scratch coming. But this does provide, I like these kind of designs where you have this thing protruding. It gives you a different impression altogether. So now let's start by peeling off this upper safety sticker that we have. Okay, okay, and okay, if you notice carefully, you can see a line over here. Basically they have, I think they have put a protective film. No, not really. I think I need to then visit my local store and get a scratch guard or a tempered glass fitted onto this phone. Okay, the surface looks quite reflecting in nature. Okay, and here you have the silicone case, and as I said, it is slightly protruding. The cameras are protruding from the back. One great thing about this phone is it doesn't have an hybrid SIM slot. So if I just eject the SIM tray, so 2 SIMs and a micro SD card. So this is the 64 GB model, so good enough that you, and I think it can be expanded up to 1 TB. So a good option to expand your storage. You have the volume keys on the side and also the fingerprint sensor. So there's a sufficient groove provided over here, and if you see the edges are cut perfectly on the silicone cover, so near the button, so I don't think there should be any issue scanning your finger over here. You have the USB Type-C charging port here, Dolby Atmos stereo, speakers, looks like it's single, I'm not sure, I need to check that, and you have the microphone over here, and also the speakers over here. Very beautiful phone. Okay, let's start with the initial boot and check how you feel. A lovely bluish boot screen, the flash screen with the Motorola logo here. Wow, that's nice. Hello Moto. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so it booted up quite quickly. A new phone's always a lovely experience with that. So let's start with the initial setup. So this is how the first screen looks like. Okay, so it asked me to insert the SIM to connect to the mobile network, but since I don't have a SIM inserted, I'll just skip this, and the Wi-Fi scanning is on. Most of them I have got a Mac warning set. So let me set up the Wi-Fi password here. So the Wi-Fi password is entered. Connect. Privacy statement, accept and continue. Okay, it's just searching for updates. So I skipped some section so that you don't get bored with getting ready. So it just came, it gave wait for just a few minutes, and it says about copy apps and data. So I will just skip this part because I want to set this up as a new phone, and I don't want to copy any old data out here. checking info. Okay, it asks for my Google mail address over here. I can do a Google setup right now, I can skip it because this is a very standard process that we do in all phones. So if you are watching this video and have an Android phone, you already know how to do it. I'll rather skip this portion. It's a skip account setup. I just skip it. Once the phone is set up, I can later on actually add my Google account. So this is the statement about Google services. Just scroll through, accept it, set a pin. Same thing applies over here. I'll just skip it. It gives me a warning: skip setup for face unlock. A pin is required to set up face unlock. So even the face unlock setup I'll skip right now. But it tells me which are the apps which I need to install initially. So fine, I go with the default option. I will not tweak anything of that. All of the following Google News headlines, and just click on OK. Let's stay in touch. It says insert subscribe for emails, subscribe for push notifications. I can give this a skip too. So I've entered my email address. I just do next. Okay, it says choose light or dark theme. I select dark. Remember, the biggest advantage of this phone in the sub 10K category, the MRP of this phone is around 12,000 or so Indian rupees. But with the JioMart 10% discount on the HDFC cards, you can get it for 9,000. So I select dark because in AMOLED screen, by default generating black color doesn't consume any battery, because AMOLED screens are naturally black. It's only anything other than black that consumes battery, that uses the battery to power the screen. And also it's got a massive 5000 mAh battery, so should easily last when it's new for 1.5 to 2 days depending on your usage. I select the dark theme, which will save, and it is also less strainful for the eyes. Choose navigation style. So buttons or gestures, I always prefer buttons rather than gestures. So you already have the back button there, so I generally like having back here and recent apps on the right, not the other way around. Next. So you're all set with the Moto logo over there. You're ready to start using your phone. Wow, that was quick. And I just click on done. The phone's ready. I love this clock, the Moto clock over here. When I turned on the phone, the battery is little less than 50% over here. The phone is, I should say, ready to a large extent, and if you see, you can actually see the proximity sensor blinking over here. This is generally not visible to naked eyes because this is infrared, but when you record anything, just like the TV remote, so the proximity sensor or the hall sensor are located over here, so it keeps blinking, and this is what actually controls the screen on off when you are on a call and many other purposes. Okay, so the look and feel is good. It's pretty smooth. So I get the Google News, and that's in Marathi. Okay, local language, which detected naturally since my Google account setup is still pending. Very smooth experience, and the updates are going on while we speak. So those apps which have this double circle rounded edge edged circle are the ones which are getting updated. So you see many of them, rest are all installed. So see here, when downloading is in progress. It's nice, the interface is good. Let's see what is the default Android version. So it's saying that finishing setting up your Moto G42, so it's still not yet complete. Completing setup. So what I'll do is let me swipe, go to settings. From the look and feel, because I've updated my OnePlus 60 to a Pixel Experience ROM, so looks like this is Android 13 quite probably, because last year it was launched with Android 12. So let's go to about. So Moto G42, Android version is 12. Maybe Motorola will release an Android 13 later on. I didn't research much on their update schedule for how many years we will have the updates. Let's explore something more. Let's check whether any software updates are available. So let's go to, okay, let me turn off Bluetooth settings. Okay, the system update is glowing because I just checked a little while earlier. So system updates, check for update. Okay, so there's a new update available, 269 MB. So it includes updates of Android security patches up to 1st October 22. Let me update the phone now. So I've selected yes, and you can see that the system, the download has begun. It's verifying the update, and after a little while later this update should probably get installed. Let's wait for it. So now the download is complete. It gives a message, background installation and update is being downloaded and installed. You can continue using your device. Okay, so let's wait for some time. It's at 2%. Once it's complete, I think it will ask to reboot the phone. Let's wait for it. So it's on the verge of getting completed. So it's at 85% now. So it's at 97% now. I think the download was completed. It's just the installation which is in progress, and that's the reason it's taking time. Because once 100% download was completed, the initial percentage of the installation went through very fast. So let's patiently wait for a few more minutes. Yeah, it's 100% completed now. It says, as you have enabled smart updates, your device will be updated automatically on 8th May at 1 AM if you haven't already restarted it by then. So okay, so it gave these details about what's covered in the update. Let's click on restart now and restart the phone once. I really like the initial boot screen. The animations are very nice. So it now says finishing a system update, and I'm pretty sure this process will also take a couple of minutes to complete. So let's just the sounds are very nice, very soothing. It's a Dolby Atmos sound. Sounds very good. So it's still in the verge of finishing update. I got a notification saying update completed. Enjoy your software. So let's see. Okay. Nice one. So let's see the details. still says finishing update, and maybe it will take another couple of minutes. So it's just completed now. That finishing system update message is gone. So now if I go to settings and I'll go to about phone, so Android version is still on 12. So let's see when we receive the Android 13 update, because few websites speak about that. So there's also this option in about phone which is about hardware information. So if I click on hardware information, you will see these details. So it's got 4 GB RAM, 64 GB ROM, which can be expanded using the micro SD slot, a front camera of 16 megapixel rear, which has a combination of 50 plus 2 megapixel plus 8 megapixel. It's a dual SIM, and yes, it has NFC in it, so that's pretty nice. With that, the touch tap and pay options can easily be done. So it's an excellent phone, considering that in a sub 10k, I should say sub 9k category, you are getting an NFC. I'm in the main screen. Once again, I've been told that this phone also has FM radio. So let's search for the FM radio. Good. Because most of the phones these days lack FM radio. So you have an option whether to play it through no antenna is detected. Your headphones act as an antenna for, so you may experience lower audio quality. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Doesn't seem to play without the antenna. Let's connect the antenna. So I couldn't find a wired Bluetooth wired headset. So I found a mic with a jack which can act as an antenna over here. And let's now turn on the radio. And again, it says whether you want to play it on Bluetooth or loudspeaker. So I say loudspeaker. So this is Radio 1 94.3. I don't have any personal affinity to any of these channels. It's just that, and I have turned down the volume just to ensure that there is no copyright hit. So you can see that as soon as you have a earphone jack connected, it acts as an antenna, and you are actually able to auto scan all the FM channels. So the FM radio is an interesting feature in this phone, and I will turn off this FM radio now. I'll keep this mic aside and also show you some interesting thing when the phone is moved. So I've turned off the screen. Now you can see this is the graphics you have whenever you move the phone. Okay, it's still on the verge of finishing the setup, and if you scroll down, it says Google Play Protect turned on. Okay, and setup complete. Installed 21 out of 21 applications. So this is the Moto Hub with the recent
news updates are available over here. It's very similar to the Google News that you see. The interface is very fluid. I still need to add a Google account to it, so this was an initial setup. Overall, I've really loved this phone. A lovely display. It's got NFC, it's got FM radio, Yeah, what's missing is a screen guard, but I think we can skip. You see the Moto logo. It's a lovely phone. I really, the initial impression is very good, and I plan to actually share a review probably a month later about how things are working. If you still have any further comments, please write it in the comments section. I'll be more than happy to answer it. Thanks for watching this video and hope you go and purchase this G42 mobile. Bye bye.